Hey guys, Ryan Lebron here. Welcome back to the channel. Something happened to me last night, June 11th. I'm here at the Walmart Distribution Center, or DC as we call it, in Mankato, Minnesota. And the OPTI-IDLE, or what I like to call auto start, was not working. It's 80 degrees outside, and it hadn't kicked in over 2 hours, and it was getting kind of stuffy inside the truck. And I went inside the shop, and I completely forgot one of the little tricks that a mechanic had told me about not long ago. And so I went inside the shop over here, talked to them a little bit, and while the mechanic was talking to me about troubleshooting what he knew, it reminded me of something a different mechanic was telling me that was much easier to deal with. That being said, let me go ahead and go straight into the troubleshooting of why the OPTI-IDLE, or optimized idle, or auto start as I like to call it, may not be working. So let's go ahead and start out by giving you the message on the dashboard and go from there. Give me a minute, we're going to flip the screen around. As you can see, I have my optimized idle, or OPTI-IDLE, or as I like to call it, the auto start. It is all set and ready to go. Okay? So sometimes you may be in this situation, you may be in this mode with your optimized idle ready to go, and it's still not wanting to kick in. Well, I'm going to take a minute out and I'm going to show you a very, very easy troubleshooting method to see if this is going to work. Y'all give me a minute and we'll get right on it. Alright, I've got the hood open, obviously. On the driver's side, if you look at the steering column right here, look just below it, you'll see this little plug right here. Okay? If you'll unplug this little plug right here, let it sit for just a minute unplugged, and then re-plug it right back in. A lot of times that will cure the problem and your OPTI-IDLE will kick back in. Now that little plug thing I just now showed you is not 100% guaranteed, but it is one of the things that I do to mine if my OPTI-IDLE is not wanting to kick in and it's been sitting there for a couple of hours, it's hot outside. A lot of times that can be the issue. I'm not saying it's going to be, it's not 100% guaranteed. It's certainly not going to be that way every single time, but a lot of times that can be the issue. So that is one method of troubleshooting to see if your OPTI-IDLE is going to work or not. So from now on, if you're sitting there, it's getting kind of hot inside the truck, and it's just not working. No matter what you do on the inside of the cab, it's not working. Get out of the truck, open the hood, check that plug, undo it, plug it back in, and then try your OPTI-IDLE. Now, another thing this mechanic told me last night, which was something I also did, and now I don't know if his little trick worked or if it's the little plug-in thing that worked or a combination of both of them, but last night, either way, my OPTI-IDLE started working again. But last night, this mechanic told me that a lot of times if the gear shift gets moved while it's in OPTI-IDLE mode, then it will trigger the sensor and not allow the OPTI-IDLE to work. So what he suggested is, go ahead and move the truck forward and backward just a few feet, and then reset the OPTI-IDLE, being very careful not to maneuver the gear shift at all. So last night I moved the truck a few feet forward and then right back into the same hole I was parked in, and then I got outside the truck and done that little plug like I just showed you, and sure enough, 30 minutes later the OPTI-IDLE was kicking back in. So those are just two of the troubleshooting methods you can use to check your OPTI-IDLE. Hopefully this helps, guys. Over and out.